What's going on, guys? All right, got another pickup. Legacy SR15 in taupe. Actually, this is unfired. Found this locally, and very lucky. This was the first SR15 I ever bought. This isn't that one, but I had to sell that one because of just the time period that it was. It was about, God, I don't know. What year is it now? Must have been 7 years ago. Maybe even 5 years ago. But anyways, this is what I had. So, and the reason I'm doing this video is I am going to do a history of the SR15, kind of the evolution of it, I guess. But I just want to start with this because I believe that this is one of the best AR-15s ever made. And here's part of what you get when you buy a rifle that costs this much. When this came out, I think it was probably, I don't know, 2009, 2010. I'm probably wrong. Someone feel free to correct me. At the time, piston guns were getting really popular. LWRC was a big thing. LMT was doing their kind of a lot of piston stuff, and there was a few companies, a lot of conversions like Adams Arms, and people were just really getting crazy about pistons. And I don't know, for some reason I just never bought into it. I'm really glad I didn't at the time. I mean now that I look back at it. So get out of here, go. So they came out with this. I had first seen it in the Magpul DVDs. Didn't know what it was, until you saw the breakdown and you kind of started showing some of the features and everything. And I was actually this close. Look at that. See how small it is? I was this close to getting an LWRC. I think it was an M6A3 or I don't know, whatever. But and my buddy bought one of these before I did. He bought a black one, and when I held it and shot it, I immediately dropped my plans for the LWRC, ordered up one of these in tan, and the rest is history. So basically, here's what you get. And remember, this is a long time ago, okay? So this was state of the art at that time. So we'll start with the front. Okay, it's got a proprietary weight barrel. It's like a mid, not quite lightweight. It is the same thickness back here. It's not any thicker behind here. It's like a proprietary mid-weight, I would say. It's not as light as a lightweight, but it's definitely no government profile, okay? Now you've got the exposed gas block. It is not pinned, which I think is probably the weakest thing, but either way. The cool thing is it has that Mach 12 look to it, So, which I always just dug. I just thought it looked really freaking cool. So this is about, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is a 10 3/4 inch handguard, which makes this an 11-inch gas system, which is longer than mid-length. Mid-length's 9, carbine length is 7, rifle length is 12, I think. So this is the SR25 gas system. And gas tube, which makes it proprietary, not to Knights, but proprietary for everyone else. So you're only going to get that gas tube from Knights, okay? Some other people do a gas system similar to this, but they call it intermediate. I don't know if it's the exact same length or whatnot, but anyways, so that's the first, proprietary thing and the thing that made it different. Then the handguard, URX2. Integrated front sight. So your front sight is part of the rail. Locks into place. I think it's pretty fucking cool. Some people are not fans of this. Some people actually just put their own front sight right on that. They don't really like how it looks slick. But I mean, if you think about it, it's pretty neat. I mean, especially if you're running night vision shit and whatever. I mean, it just stays up. It's just out of the way if you don't need it. Pretty cool. Saves you a little weight too. It's built into the rail. This is light too. This may look heavy because it's got a quad rail. It's a light gun. They did a really good job. Integrated QD cups. both sides, front and back. Comes with the panels. Came with this grip. I mean, that's standard on this gun. This is out of the box. It's coming with this stuff. And this was kind of a new thing, you know, having QD cups everywhere and all these different options for you to run your sling. Plus having, oh, and by the way, URX is upper receiver extending, and that has stuck around. Every iteration of their rails is called URX something now. So we'll go, and by the way, I never do this on video, but obviously, gun's empty. The receiver is forged, but also ambi, so I'm going to stand up for this. You've got an ambi bolt release here. You can't lock it back with that, but nonetheless, it's there. Ambi safety built into the gun. I mean, comes with the gun anyways. Ambi mag release. This is all standard features. The winter trigger guard, which is definitely the most badass trigger guard on the planet. I did switch the grip. It does just come with a regular A2 grip, which, you know, we all know sucks, but that's them basically saying, we know you're going to change the fucking grip no matter what we put on here, so here's the shittiest grip available. That way it costs you no extra money to have it. Fair enough. This, being the first iteration, the Legacy model, had a QD cup lower receiver, so this kind of makes it unique. Now, in theory, this is kind of cool. It's pretty useless though. It hits your hand. It's not comfortable. Nobody likes them. Nobody uses them. So people will usually put on a end plate here, or their new system comes with the QD cups with an attachment here. But nonetheless, I run mine off the stock and right here, so good to go. All right. The bolt. It's called the E3 bolt. I'm only going to do this quick because this is going to be in my other video. Okay. I'm going to try to get this to the... This is all backwards. Come on. All right, so the lugs are rounded. I don't know if you can see that or not. But where here, they're typically on normal AR-15s, there'd be a sharp edges. These are just slightly rounded, okay? And then without fully taking it apart, your cam pin is actually a smaller diameter, so it makes the hole in the bolt smaller, which strengthens the bolt. Also, you've got dual extractor springs, more positive extraction, more reliability. And by the way, this is called the E3 IWS. That's originally what this was called. I don't think they're calling that anymore, but that's enhanced reliability, enhanced durability, and enhanced maintainability. So that's E3. Okay, got it? Awesome. So I'm gonna just put this back together real quick. Standard bolt carrier. It's just the bolt that has been upgraded and changed, okay? And obviously your barrel extension is going to be different. Now, all right. They were coming with a LMT SOT mod stock like this. They don't anymore, but it, you know, at the time when this came out, this was a $200 stock, okay? So you had a $200 stock, integrated sling swivels, an ambidextrous receiver from the factory, a 2-stage 4.5 pound trigger. Not the best trigger in the world, but 1 stage right there, trigger pull. Nice trigger pull. It's not, you know, I'm not a big trigger guy. I like mil-spec triggers, but these I can deal with. Plus the handguard, plus all the furniture, the integrated front sight, the 600 meter rear sight. This is the full size, not the micro that came on these ones. The micro started coming on the newer models. And of course, I mean, just a flash hider, but again, that's what it was meant for. Now, this one in particular, the Taupe model, there wasn't a ton of these made, and it's kind of a desirable gun. Maybe not for everybody, but if you're a night sky, it's a desirable gun. It's not the greatest finish in the world. I'll be the first to admit that. You can see lines and, you know, just weird shit all over it that you wouldn't really expect to see, but it still looks fucking awesome. Now, the one cool thing that I always thought was cool is they spray this while the gun's together. It's not like Cerakote, you strip it down, or, you know, I believe it's KG gun coat. I could be wrong. The color's taupe, but they spray the whole thing together as one piece, so all the controls are sprayed. And actually, if you look behind the bolt catch, let me see if you can see that. You can see where it's not really sprayed very well, and that's because it was blocked by the bolt catch. So it crossed my mind to not shoot this because it was unfired, but I just don't have it in me to have something in my safe that hasn't been fired. I just don't. So I'm gonna fire the shit out of it, and I'm never gonna sell it anyways. I'd sell something else before I sold this, that's for sure. This I've always been wanted back. I've always wanted this back since I got rid of my first one. So SR15 Legacy, which they weren't called that at first. They were called SR15 E3 IWS, you know, E3, the Enhanced Reliability Integrated Weapon System, they called it. And that's because at the time, a lot of guys were selling rifles that didn't come with its sights on it. You know, you couldn't even shoot the thing out of the box. This is ready to go. And it's not the rifle for everybody. If you don't know what you're looking for in a rifle, you're not going to appreciate this. You're not going to appreciate the bolt release here. Even not being, I don't need an ambi anything, but I do run this. I run this. The extended gas system makes it really soft shooting. You're just not going to appreciate that unless you shoot a lot and have been doing it for a long time. Somebody's going to pick up a 6920 that doesn't know what they're doing, shoot that, shoot this, and they're going to go, what are you talking about? What's the difference? You know what I mean? They're not going to notice. I notice. Some of you guys are going to notice the way it's softer, the way it balances, maybe, you know what I mean? That kind of stupid shit that we say that other people will make fun of us for. Well, you know, we know what we're talking about. So again, guys, super happy to have it. Another one in the bag. Wow, this video is getting really fucking long. I'll have to check it out and see if I need to keep it all, but there it is. SR15 Legacy